And I think what we got out today is a few things. One, we got just realization that we needed some mental toughness. We got a great team, a senior team, but we're in a competitive market and we're trying to take this to the next level. So I think that's number one. Number two, I think it was just practical conversation of that we're in control of the way we think and our emotions. And the mental game and the long game is really what's going to change our success. And so we're going to have to train our minds and put it into practical areas.
It was profound, but it was really simple and empowering to know that we have that ability to say, hey, I have the choice to think a different way about certain circumstances. Good?
Chris Doris's talk today was absolutely one of the most impactful things I've seen in quite, but from what Chris put out today, putting the frame being above the O, the person who's objective and being positive, only makes you realize how you can expand and achieve what you want to achieve. So, very good session. Really, I got a lot out of it, and I want to thank Chris for that too.
So I appreciate that you're putting a lot of effort into this, so thank you for that.
Oh no, it's just no. I mean, it's like that's my actual thought. Those are my actual thoughts. It's like I'm a big fan in this. In fact, with the discussion about the O line, I was texting my account executive that I work with. I'm like, okay, when you start complaining about stuff, I'm literally going to go O line. No, it's keep it above the O line. Yeah. He was in there. Yeah, we were talking about there's just
that's great.
A few of the people I work with, like, this is going to be perfect. So instead of kind of having an awkward coworker conversation about, dude, you really need to man up. It's like.
He was great. I thought he's fantastic. I loved him. I hope that we get a lot more of them.
And Chris didn't talk about it, but if we go deeper with Chris, and we've seen him in other areas, he can really talk to this idea about goals versus decisions. I think we're going to have to change all of our slides, our internal slides. We don't have goals. Goals leaves things open for the ability to fail or not meet it. And when you're all in, it's a decision. So I think that'll be the next step, and hopefully having Chris back. But if anyone ends up watching this, maybe they can even start thinking about just changing our mindset and what is the goal. We've been taught about goals, but again, goals leave loopholes or areas to not fulfill them. So we're going to start making decisions, and it's up to us. This is a shooter's mentality. We're going to be in the zone.
I was at Chris's talk today morning. I think for me the biggest thing was the whole concept of thinking yourself into a certain kind of state of mind and then using that to inform your actions. And it was really, for me, it was really powerful when he talked about even something like death being a choice, in terms of acknowledge that there's been a tragic event, but how you choose to feel about it, how you choose to respond, how much you let it affect your life. The fact that you always have a choice was a really compelling idea for me.
Yeah, so I thought today's presentation was excellent. What it really did was it made me stop and think about a lot of the habits that I have, a lot of the kind of thinking patterns that I have, and gave me some constructive, useful ways to kind of interrupt those patterns and really change the way I do business and change the way I do life, if you will.
Me was personally with my peers, as my guys, my buddies, we don't really talk about this stuff. It's can you close a deal? We don't really evaluate some of the things that I think are hampering our success in sales. So for example, with some of my buddies, they complain all the time. I mean, this was timely. We just got our territory carves, and they said, "Oh, I got a horrible patch." And they honestly, they don't really know much about their patch. It was all in their attitude. Just because they didn't get something thrown in their lap in a silver platter, they were complaining. And I think what I took from it, took out of this was, you're in charge. The way you think, I mean, how you think about this is everything, and it's not really how things go in sales because there's so much at stake. It's you either make your number or you don't. There's no in between. So really, success for most of the people I've seen here at Salesforce is what they make out of it, despite what they were given. So I think
this is incredibly impactful, and I think we're talking about it in context of business. But as I shared the story, Chris had an impact when I heard him talk before in my personal life. I really hope that people come out of this, not just in business context, but being happier people, better people, more fulfilled in whatever they're looking to do, whether it's in business, as a parent, as a spouse, as a friend. and hobbies, in any part of their life. So the idea here is that we're making people better, and that really is the idea. And will we get benefit in business? Absolutely. But I have a feeling that some people walked away with even something deeper going on. And we thank you, Chris.